Hi everyone, welcome to SynyegaTV with me, Rich Gibbons.
And me, Stephen Old.
Now, in this episode, we want to tell you a little bit about us and SynyegaTV. So, first of all, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Rich Gibbons. And in fact, even if you do know me, I'm still Rich Gibbons. And I've been in the world of software licensing, ITAM, etc., for many, many years now. We're into a couple of decades, I think, from day one. So my focus is software licensing, Microsoft, SAM, IT asset management, etc. I love talking about it, finding new concepts, helping explain them to all the wonderful ITAM professionals in the world. I've been doing it for years. I will continue to do it for years. And that's one of the things that I'm doing here on SynyegaTV is helping everyone keep up to date with the latest and greatest in the world of ITAM and software licensing. So that's me. What about you, Steve?
Well, before I go on to me, actually, it's worth also noting, Rich, because you've been talking about FinOps and ITAM for years, haven't you? Which is one of the things that brought us together.
That is true. Yeah, I think 2019 I started doing that way before anyone wanted to listen to me.
Well, I would say way before a lot of people even got into FinOps. So yeah, my name's Stephen Old. A lot of people call me SteveO. It's a Slack handle that's kind of followed me around. I'm happy with either. I'm the head of FinOps at Synyega. I've been in the FinOps game for around 7 to 8 years now, probably going closer to 8. Didn't call it FinOps back then. Used to call it cloud economics and cost-conscious architecture and that kind of stuff. My background is architecture, DevOps, and transformation. Before that, in terms of my FinOps pedigree, like I said, in it for a lot of years, from big transformations, working out the cloud economics of that, to implementing, large scale FinOps practices, looking over, hundreds of millions of cloud spend. I'm an active member of the FinOps Foundation. I'm a certified professional, engineer, practitioner, and training instructor. I'm also a certified cloud architect as well. And yeah, I run a podcast called What's New in Cloud FinOps, where I help people kind of keep up to date with the news in the FinOps world. But what we don't do is really sometimes just explain some of the basics of FinOps and go into specifics around that. It's very much for kind of advanced practitioners who want to be on top of their game. So at SynyegaTV, I want to help people at any stage of their journey learn more about FinOps, learn where ITAM can help as well, and kind of where they come together to be stronger, and also talk about GreenOps a lot more than I do anywhere else as well. Um, so we've talked a little bit about SynyegaTV, what we're going to try to do. It's going to be very educational focused. We're going to have 3 types of episodes, right? So the first one, which I'll introduce, is going to be breaking news. So we're going to do short, kind of up to 5-minute episodes when something new comes out that's interesting. That might be a new thing from a cloud vendor. It could be something like Focus, the FinOps Open Cost and Usage Standard. It could be a quick update on something like the state of FinOps. It could be a new Microsoft change, like they changed the Teams licenses recently, right, Rich? It could be anything like that, but it will be a short one to get the news to you as quickly as possible, and will be supported by the other types of episodes. So, Rich, you tell us about the next one.
Absolutely. So the next type is going to be industry trends and topics, of which there are many to choose from. But these will be things like maybe a new licensing program that we want to look into in more detail, financial year ends for key vendors, AI in ITAM. What does it mean? How does ITAM and FinOps work together, etc. Almost anything that relates to ITAM, to FinOps, to GreenOps, and these will be sort of 20-ish, 15 to 20 minutes, so a little bit more in depth, giving you a good introduction, but then still enabling you to move on and do the rest of your day. So there'll be lots of things in there, and I think you'll find a great combination of FinOps and ITAM topics, as well as industry events that we've attended and covered as well.
Yeah. So one of the first ones we're going to do is going to be the tale of 2 conferences, where you're at Wisdom and I'm at FinOps X, right? Where people are going to get updates on both sides. They can, if they can't be at both, they can learn about what's going on. The third type of episode is deep dives, which is a step further than what you've just been talking about, Rich. This is when we go into a really specific topic, often with a guest who might know more about it than we do to help us out and really go into the depths. So a great example is we're going to do one on the Broadcom changes, right? The VMware changes, which is a massive one. And I know you're working on a white paper in that space as well. Often these ones will be supported by a white paper. This might be a specific deep dive into something in the FinOps world, like the state of FinOps, kind of going into, we've talked about doing a breaking news, but actually let's talk about what that means, or let's talk about a really specific topic that people are asking about. But also beyond that, Rich, coming from your background, things you've done in the past, we're also going to do webinars, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm sure there'll be at least a few people watching that have seen me on webinars in the past. I really like webinars. I think they're a great way of giving quite a lot of information, but in a nice digestible way. So we will be taking some of these topics that we do, as Steve says, maybe it's from the breaking news, maybe it's a deep dive, but we'll be taking it that one step even further and breaking it down in a webinar and giving as much information and next steps as we can. So there's, again, plenty to choose from. So we'll be announcing some of the webinars ASAP.
Yeah, and that's going to be an interactive option as well, right? Because often we're going to be recording these whenever we can. Webinars will be pre-arranged. People come and have the Q&A and get a chance to not just speak to us, but the experts that are going to be there, who are actually going to be teaching us the stuff on these webinars as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the live webinars, the ability to interact, to direct, as an audience member, direct where we're going a little bit is always fantastic. So yeah, we'll be doing those live for sure, and kind of across most of these video types, as we've mentioned, there'll be third-party guests, but also what we would like is your ideas, requests, etc. I know what I want to talk about. Steve knows what he wants to talk about, but there's probably a whole range of stuff that even between us we've not thought of. So if you've got a request, something you want to see us talk about, or equally if you've seen us talk about something and you want to add to the conversation, or you massively disagree with what we've said and you want to add your side, more than welcome, and we would love to have as many sort of community sourced topics as possible. So you can see on the high tech scrolling banner along the top there, any ideas, questions, etc. tv@synyega.com, and either me or Steve will pick that up and see it in an episode soon. So there's loads that we can do. We've got some fantastic ideas. I'm very excited about it. I think you are as well, Steve.
So I haven't got a light. What's that side? I haven't got a light.
I do like that. I've got my eye on that one for sure. But yeah, so that's kind of SynyegaTV in a nutshell. It will grow, and I'm sure if we watch this video back in 6 months even, we'll wonder what were we doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, as Steve said earlier, the aim is to educate as many people in the industry, ITAM, FinOps, GreenOps, SaaS, even security, finance, etc. Wherever you may be, FinOps and ITAM are a part of your world. So that's our aim. So thank you for watching this, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts on all of our future episodes. So thank you all very much, and thank you, Steve.
Thank you, man.